Hey everyone! Today, I decided to make a video because fixing this TV turned out to be more challenging than I expected. We're working with the Samsung QN65Q7F, but the same process applies to the QN65Q9F and other sizes in this series. This TV is experiencing an issue with horizontal lines. As shown in the pictures, the problem worsens the longer the TV is on. Eventually, the screen becomes unviewable, with lines and bars taking over the display. It appears to be a defective screen. But is it? I used freeze spray on the main board, and the problem went away. At this point, I suspected a faulty microprocessor and decided to order a replacement main board. To my surprise, the replacement board had the same issue as the original. I contacted the seller, and they sent me a replacement part free of charge. When I received the replacement board and installed it, the problem persisted. At this point, I had 3 different boards, one from my friend David and 2 from the seller. All 3 boards, along with my original, were displaying lines on the screen, and there was inconsistency with the TV's runtime. Since the new board was no longer available, I had no choice but to buy used parts. I was confident that the TV screen was fine and the issue was with the main board. I decided to order the last board from a different company. And here we are 5 boards in total, and all 5 have the same issue. To say it was a disappointment would be an understatement. The second company offered me a free replacement, but at this point, I had lost all hope of getting used parts without the same issue. I decided to dig deeper and start component-level troubleshooting and repair. I labeled each board so I wouldn't get confused about which is which, and to track how long each board works before the issue appears on the screen. Here you can see the last board I received, and this one doesn't require any working time to show me the issue. By this point, I already knew which area I needed to freeze for the TV to work properly. Before starting the troubleshooting to identify which component is causing the issue, I needed to narrow down the freezing area. But before doing that, I'll install each board to show you how they behave. Some take longer, while others show the issue more quickly. I won't connect the speakers or the Wi-Fi module, since the issue we're facing is with the image. As you can see, this board works fine when cold and takes 5 to 10 minutes to show the issue. To expedite the process, I'll use a heat gun to heat the board and make the issue appear on the screen. I'll heat the same area that I was freezing earlier. Back to the freezer for confirmation. I'll connect one more board to show that it behaves the same. I don't think it's necessary to connect all of them. As I mentioned before, the speakers and Wi-Fi module are not connected. Even without the One Connect box, you can see the problem on the screen. After trying to narrow down the freezing area, I pinpointed the right lower corner of the main PCB. Let's begin the troubleshooting process by measuring the voltage. By measuring various voltages, I noticed that this 1.6 volt line was fluctuating. At 1.6 volts and rising, the screen began to display thin horizontal lines. The higher the voltage, the more pronounced the problem became on the screen. Now you can see that by freezing just a few components, the voltage drops. What I observed is that at 1.65 volts and below, the TV picture is normal, while at 1.7 volts and above, the problem appears on the screen. After measuring the resistors, all were fine except for this one. On the board, it was showing about 16 to 17 kiloohm. Let's remove this component from the circuit and measure it again. After so many days and weeks, I can finally say troubleshooting is done. Now I just need to figure out the required value for this thermistor, which should be easy. I figured out the value and ordered it from DigiKey. Now 4 boards are fixed, with just 1 remaining. Let's test our fixed board using a heat gun and confirm that it is up and running. Thank you for watching. If you need your board fixed, you're welcome to ship it to us. You can also check our website to see if we have any available for sale. I also hope this video will help other technicians save another TV from the recycling bin.